Welcome back, everybody, to the return of the trig functions. Okay, so we left off at number 3, part A. We're going to pick up 3, part B, and away we go. This is a special right triangle, so we know this one is a 30, 60, 90, basically because they told me this is 30. Okay, so my ratio is across from 30, I put x, across from 60, I put x root 3, and across from 90, I put 2x. Okay, all right, so I'm just focusing real quick, making sure that you guys can see the best available. Huzzah. Okay, now, I get lucky here. X is 4. So down here, instead of the x root 3, I'm going to put 4 root 3. Okay, and up top, 2 times my x, 2 times 4 is 8. Jackpot. Okay, all's well. Part C is probably one of the trickier ones. It's a 45, 45, 90. You're looking at x root 2. Okay, so here I get x root 2 equals 8. And I can divide both sides by root 2. I get x equals 8 divided by root 2. We talked about in class rationalizing the denominator, top and bottom by root 2. That gives me 8 root 2 over root 2 times root 2 is square root of 4, which breaks down to 2. And then if I divide that, I get 4 root 2. There are other ways to do this. If you guys get stuck, you can always fall back on Pythagorean theorem. For example, x squared plus, they're the same thing. Even though it's x and y, they both have to be exactly the same. So x squared plus x squared equals 8 squared. Rock and roll, and you'll win there. The area of a square is 144 square feet. Okay, that means that the area of a square is side squared. If they're telling you the area is 144, to figure out what one side is, you have to square root that. So the square root of 144 is 12. So that means that for my square, I've got a 12-foot by 12-foot square. Okay? So the length of the side of a square is just 12 foot. Now the diagonal is the line that cuts through the center, cuts across from your two vertices, opposite vertices. So what you've got going on here is this is 12, this is 12. If it's a 90-degree angle being cut in half, that means that this has to be 45 degrees, this has to be 45 degrees. Therefore, this is going to be an x root 2. I just wanted another reason to say it, by the way. So my diagonal is going to be 12 root 2. If you get stuck, use Pythagorean theorem and set up 12 squared plus 12 squared equals x squared, and you solve it that way. All right? You will win either way. This is just much easier, much more effective, and you'll get done with it super quick. All righty? Nice. On to the back. Solve for x using knowledge of trig ratios. Round answer to the nearest 10. So we're going to be using our calculators here. A quick little friendly reminder. Make sure you check your mode out. Make sure you are in your degree mode, okay? Otherwise, you'll get all wrong answers. All right, so first thing we do is we break down This will be given to you on the test. All right, so I'm going to circle my reference angle. Boom. All right, here's opposite, here's adjacent, here's hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is always across my 90-degree angle. So I'm going to cover up the one I don't need. O and H, I look up here. Okay, O and H is with so, that's my sine. So sine of 52 degrees equals x over 15. I can multiply both sides by 15. X equals 15 sine 52 degrees. So, if I take a look at this, I'm in degree mode. 15 times sine 52. Okay, oops, I should have closed the parentheses. You'll notice the same thing. 11.8. All's well. Okay, so let's just kind of finish the rest of these up. Here's my reference angle. Here's opposite. Here's hypotenuse. Here's adjacent. So in this problem, I'm going to use A and H. Okay, so which one uses A and H up here? Ka. cosine 37 equals A over H. Multiply both sides by 14. Okay. So again, here I'm just doing 14 times cosine 37. 11.18, so I'm going to round that to 11.2. I think I can focus again. Weird. A lot of noises. Okay, so 11.2. Good. All right. I know this is a lot of these. You're not going to get tons of these on the test, but this is just to get you guys some extra practice. Reference angle, opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. Okay. I don't need the hypotenuse, that's not given to me. O and A, all right, is 8 and X. So that's O and A is TOA. Tangent 24 equals 8 over X. Okay, so please note how the X is in the denominator here. This is when we're going to change these up. So I'll multiply both sides by X and divide by tangent 24. So X equals 8 divided by tangent 24 degrees. And what that looks like is 8 divided by tangent 24. That says P, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. 8 divided by tangent 24. 17.96. If I take that 6 and round that 9 up to 0, it bumps that up, it would be 18. Okay? Okay, 3 down. 64 degrees. Okay, here's opposite. Here's adjacent, here's hypotenuse. All right, I don't have the opposite, so I have A and H. A and H is cosine. Cosine 64 equals A over H. Multiply both sides by 8. 8 cosine 64. 3.50, 3.5. Good. Okay, reference angle. I'm hoping you guys see it's a consistent pattern. Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. O and A, that's tangent. Tangent 48 equals O over A. Multiply both sides by 8. Okay. 8 times tangent 48. 8.88, let's round up to 8.9. Okay. And finally, here's my reference angle. Opposite, hypotenuse, adjacent. O and H is sine, so sine 36 equals X over 10. Multiply both sides by 10. Okay. 10 times sine 36. 5.87 rounds up to 5.9. Okay, this is for finding all sides, so please take note of that. You get down here, it says find the angle measures by using inverse trig functions. So what I'm taking a look at is if I want to find P, okay, label all my sides. Here's opposite, here's adjacent, here's hypotenuse. All right. The ones they give you are A and H. That's 8 and 12. So that's going to be cosine. Cosine of T equals 8 over 12. We have to do the inverse. So we're going to flip them around. Okay. The only thing different on the calculator is I get second cosine. That brings up my inverse. 8 divided by 12. 48.18 or 48.2 degrees. To find angle C then, I do 90 plus 48.2, 138.2, subtract that from 180, 41.8 degrees. So angle C is 41.8 and 48.2. Good. Okay, let's say I want to find R here. Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. I'm going to use TOA. Tangent is 11 over 8. tangent of r equals 11 over 8. So I'm going to do the tangent inverse. Okay. So then what I can do is say second tan 11 over 8, 53.97, that's going to round to 54 degrees. Okay. And then if I want to find angle T, 90 plus 54 is 144. 180 minus 144 is 36 degrees. Okay. All right, last two. The foot of a ladder is placed 7.5 foot from a wall. So here's a wall. Here's my ladder. There's 7.5. If the top of the ladder rests 13.75 feet up the wall, so 13.75. How long is the ladder? I know two sides. I want to find a third. Good old Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so if I go ahead and take 7.5 squared plus 13.75 squared, I get 245.3125. Square root that. I get x equals 15.66 or 0.7 feet. Try not to round till the very end of your problem. Okay. Finally, a soccer field is a rectangle 90 meters wide by 120 meters long. The coach asks players to run from one corner to the corner diagonally across. What's that distance they ran? Again, this is Pythagorean theorem. So you're looking at 90 squared plus 120 squared equals x squared. So 90 squared plus 120 squared, 22,500. Square root. 150 feet. Or 150 meters, sorry. Make sure for all word problems you guys have units, okay? So as always, keep up the good work. Good luck. We're all counting on you.